Jose Mourinho's arrival at Benfica has already sent a ripple through Europe's transfer gossip mills, and the man who built trophies out of chaos isn't settling for incremental change. Reports in the last few days have linked him with a jaw-dropping wish list that mixes nostalgia with shrewd squad design, a possible reunion with Karim Benzema, a concrete pursuit of Brahim and an eye on Ferland Mendy, names that would transform Benfica from domestic favourite into a statement project with continental ambition. Those links aren't idle whispers. Major outlets picked up the story that Mourinho is actively identifying targets from Real Madrid and beyond, and transfer insiders have flagged January as the window when Benfica could move hard. Start with Benzema, the headline-grabbing name. Reuniting the 37-year-old striker with Mourinho would be cinematic. They won trophies together at Real Madrid, but it's also thorny. Benzema's contract and enormous Saudi wages complicate anything immediate, and while reports suggest Benfica is among clubs being mentioned, if a return to Europe becomes an option, any deal would be a logistical and financial mountain to climb. In short, the idea is plausible as a headline and politically tempting for Mourinho, but it faces big real-world friction. More concrete and arguably more realistic is Brahim. Multiple Portuguese and Spanish outlets have linked Benfica with a loan or negotiated move for the Spain-born attacker, who has seen his options shift at Real Madrid under a changing midfield hierarchy. Journalists close to the market have reported Benfica interest and even suggested that Mourinho views Brahim as a player who could arrive and immediately slot into the team's creative spine. For Benfica, this is the sweet spot, a technically gifted attacker who wants minutes, a club willing to give them, and a coach who promises a starring role. Those are the conditions that often turn rumours into deals. Then there's Ferland Mendy, not a headline magnet like Benzema, but the sort of experienced left-back Mourinho values. Recent pieces detail how Mendy's status at Real Madrid has been complicated by injury and new arrivals, leaving him lower in the pecking order than before. That makes him an attractive target for a Benfica side looking for Champions League-level defensive stability without gambling on a raw prospect. If Real decides Mendy's surplus, Benfica could move quickly and Mourinho would get immediate defensive leadership. But how realistic is the whole package? There are at least three big obstacles: money willingness from Real Madrid or Al Ittihad for Benzema, and the player's own preferences. Benzema's Saudi contract and wage demands make him a long shot. Brahim's path is easy if Real agrees to a loan, and Mendy hinges on Madrid's appetite to cash in or loan. Benfica's sporting director and president will have to balance ambition with fiscal prudence. Mourinho's appetite for instant impact can clash with the club's budget reality. If even one of these moves happens in January, Brahim on loan, Mendy to shore up the back, or a shock approach for Benzema, the narrative changes. Benfica would not be merely improving, they'd be signalling a return to big stage ambition and telling Portugal and Europe they mean business. For Mourinho, it's a chance to reassert himself by building a team around experience and tactical immediacy. For Benfica, it's a moment to convert managerial star power into on-pitch momentum. For neutrals, the storyline is irresistible. Can a Portuguese giant, armed with Mourinho's will and selective signings, upset the balance of power in the Champions League group stages? The January window will tell. Expect feverish speculation between now and the deadline. Watch for official approaches, loan card filings, and the kind of late deals that make winter transfer windows so dramatic. Whatever happens, Mourinho has already done the first thing managers must do if they mean business. He's named names, set expectations, and forced other clubs to react. Benfica's January could be quiet, or it could become European transfer theatre. Either way, this is one story you'll want to follow closely.